Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Mundo's Garden. We are going to be doing two things, and real quick, first thing I want to do is show you guys the asparagus that we just harvested. Actually, I did it on the last video, but I want to show you just so that I didn't really get a chance to show you really what we actually did get from it. So I want to show you that before we get into transplanting Thai basil, and it works for other herbs as well. So first, the yield, and before we do that, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you like gardening, or if you like veggies, growing your own, definitely fruits as well. So this is our asparagus yield. Really, in the house, there's only 3 people that eat asparagus, and that's my my middle son, my wife, and myself. So we got some thin ones like this. They saute up nicely though, so no worries. But you can see here, I mean, we have some nice things that you would normally see at the grocery store, but this is not grocery store bought. This is home fresh. Look at the size of this one though. This you don't find at the grocery store, right? You don't find things like this, and it's good just about to the bottom. You see it's a little dry right there. Sorry, it's a little dry at the end here, as you can see it. But if we snap it a little further up, like about right here, it should be fine. And you're still getting a lot of asparagus out of that. So that's our asparagus yield. Now, let's talk about basil and herbs. So I don't always have Thai basil available, but yes, I do have lots of Thai basil seeds. And when I don't have fresh basil, I obviously will go to the store and buy it, as all of us will. So what I like to do, I don't know if you can see the roots coming off of that, and maybe I'll flip it onto this camera, and you can see the roots that have formed here. So in order to get that to happen, all I do is just put it in a cup of water and let the roots form. Okay, so what we're doing right now is we're going to push this down, and we are going to plant it just like so. These, I'm not really sure what they are, but these have come from some seed, so it seems. And I don't believe that I've put any seeds here, so I'm not really sure what they are. So these probably just came. They're probably weeds that are growing in, but right now I don't feel like dealing with weeds and having other things planted right where I'm planting my Thai basil. So I'm going to go ahead and pull all these little guys out. And what we'll do, I believe strongly, in any time that you're going to be transplanting something, give it lots of water, because it allows those roots to really grab on, get the nutrients that they need, and that way they can actually stay strong and survive the transplant. So I have my hose and my spout, and I am going to turn this on, and we are going to water this bed. And we want to be generous, especially since it's a hot sunny day. We're going to water the whole thing. I like to kind of spread it around to kind of simulate rain, and you want to typically simulate rain as much as possible, because what you want to do is when the raindrops fall, they kind of grab onto a little of the oxygen, and they take down oxygen with it to the plant's roots. And so, because there are roots that also take in oxygen, as if you guys have ever seen the Kratky method, which is a form of hydroponic gardening. You're gonna let there be a space so that, let me shut this off. There's gonna be, so with the Kratky method, you grow in containers, and it's hydroponic, so there's no dirt, but you grow directly. So you have the seed, and when the seed starts to form, it goes down into the water because it'll have some water and some moisture there in whatever medium you're growing in, whether it be I forget what they're called now, but the little rock, it's like it's almost like an insulation, but they're these little squares, these little like cubes almost, and I can't remember the name of it, but when you put the seed in it, it's moist, so it puts out the roots. The roots will then go and touch the water, and as the water goes down, it'll continue to grow the root down, but in between, there's going to be a gap where there's air, and in that gap start to form roots that are oxygen taking roots. So plants are actually pretty smart in that they can survive in that method. So obviously the plants need oxygen, they need sunlight, and they also need water as well as nutrients. So I actually fertilized not too long ago. So most of these beds are actually, bottom layer is actually horse manure, partially broken down horse manure. So the reason some of these beds actually have horse manure mixed in with the soil, and that's also me kind of experimenting, seeing what works best. But the thought process is that by the time the roots make it down to that manure, it will be composted and will be broken down enough to where it doesn't burn the actual plants themselves, which thus far things seem to be going just fine. But aside from that, I just recently put some organic Job's organic fertilizer on top. It has a smell similar to that of chicken poop, but that's what you get, and that is actually a good fertilizer. Anyways, I haven't had any issues with it, and I've been using it now for, I want to say this is our 3rd year using Job's organic. So anyways, guys, before I let you go, if you didn't see it on the last video, I really do want to show this because I'm super excited about this, is my cherries here. If we look, we got some cherries here. There's about 3 there. I'm trying to look where the other ones are, because there's a bunch forming. There they are. We got some here, some here, and we were just looking at these guys on the other side, and I thought I saw some more up here, but maybe I'm not spotting them right now. But most of these should be turning into, like all these flowers here, most of these should be turning into cherries, which is fantastic. That excites me because we do love cherries. We love all fruits and vegetables here at Mundo's Garden. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Again, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you do want a couple tips on growing your own. So this is Mundo signing off, saying happy growing, guys.